Hi, welcome back. Today, in this last session, we'll do full body, so the third one. So let's see. Maybe have one bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, that's okay. Have a couple blocks. Have a strap handy in case we need it. We won't be using many props, so have at least 2 blocks, and then we'll get started, okay? Before we start our practice, I wanted to let you know about my online programs and workshops. Whether you're new to Iyengar yoga and want to learn the basics in a systematic way, a seasoned practitioner looking to revisit the essentials, or a yoga teacher seeking inspiration. These programs and workshops are self-paced, allowing you to make consistent progress and revisit specific topics whenever you like. You can find the link in the description below. With that said, let's begin our practice today. So stand up in Tadasana. Bring your feet together, thighs back, buttocks forward. Urdhva Hastasana, bring the arms up. And then bring the hands down. I'm going to turn to the side. So we will go forward now into Uttanasana. So extend the arms, reach forward, lengthening. So as the hips move back, lengthen forward, reach through the fingertips. Feel the weight on the feet. Bring more weight onto the toes. Press the heels down. Inhale, come up, and then take your hands down. So now let's just start with a few blocks. Bring them onto the medium height. Again, come into Urdhva Hastasana. Reach the arms forward. Bring the hands onto the blocks. Walk the hands forward so that you're getting this extension through the side trunk from the lower abdomen, and from the lower back. Extend forward. Slide your hands forward. Opening the armpit chest toward the floor and back toward the thighs. And then bring your arms up and bring the hands down. Let's just take the legs wide. You can be on the blocks again. Have the blocks between the feet. Have the feet wide. Bring your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. So stay on the outer edges of the feet. Lift up through the arches. Lift up through the inner ankles. Exhale. Again, lengthening forward. Extend. Bring your hands onto the blocks. Move the blocks forward. But keep your hips over your heels. So even though the hands are moving forward, the hips are not moving forward. So you're extending the side trunk. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the hands down, hips back, and now move the side trunk forward. Keep the knees lifting up, tightening the legs. Move the inner knees away from one another. And then inhale, come up, and bring the hands down. Step the feet back together. And take your blocks forward. You're going to just take the blocks for downward dog just to begin with. Let the body start to open. So walk your feet back. Press the hands on the blocks. Lengthening. So as you moved the side trunk forward before, lengthen the side trunk forward as you move the thighs back. And then walk forward one more time. Uttanasana. Extend forward, concave the back. So move the back in, this upper back, looking slightly forward on the floor. And then take your blocks away. We're going to go into downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the fingers. Walk the legs back. Straighten the legs. Firm the knees. Open the backs of the knees. Broaden the backs of the thighs. And as you press your feet into the floor, lift up through the arches. Lift up through the inner legs. From the outer hips, descend down into the heels. Arms firm. Walk forward. Have the feet hips width apart. Fingertips on the floor. So you either can use the blocks at this point, or fingertips on the floor, cup shape, or you can take your hands on your ankles. Either one of those three. Bend the elbows, release the head down. Inhale, concave the back. Walk back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch the arms. Lift from the upper arm to the shoulder, connecting the arms with the shoulder, and lengthen the side trunk. And then bend your knees, walk or jump forward to Uttanasana. Release the head down. Urdhva Hastasana. Reaching up, so maintaining that length through the whole trunk. Inhale, exhale, coming down, walk or jump back. And then come forward, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Walk your toes forward, press your hands down, and lift the chest. Now here, your blocks are right there, so let's use the blocks. Press the hands down. Keep the legs straight. Bring the back ribs in, lift the front chest. And then coming back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, walk or jump forward. Uttanasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Inhale, exhale. Walk or jump back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Here you're going to take your right leg forward, Utthita Trikonasana. Fingertips on the floor. You have your block there. You can also use your block. So take the support that you need, straighten the leg, turn the chest. So you're revolving the back ribs, turning the front chest, Utthita Trikonasana. Coming back, Uttanasana, concave back, step back with the other leg, turn the back foot, either have the block or fingertips on the floor, and reach the arm. Turn the back ribs. Keep the pelvis in the center, and then coming back, step forward, concave back, Uttanasana, jumping back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right leg forward, Parshvakonasana. So again, you can have your block or have the fingers on the floor. Release that hip down, turn. So you're revolving the trunk, turning the back, turning the front chest. Bring your arm up, extend. Keep pressing through the back foot, lengthen through the fingertips, turn and look up under your arm. And then coming back, step forward, Uttanasana. Step the other leg back. If you use a block on one side, then use the block on the other side. Come into that Parshvakonasana angle. Release the hip down, keep the back leg lifted, reach the arm up, and bring the arm over the head. Turn the back ribs, turn the front chest. And then coming back, Uttanasana. Concave back, walk the hands back, release the head down. Take the hands on the floor, walk or jump back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a few breaths there. Continue extending through the arms. Arms are firm, straight, connecting with the upper body. Side trunk lengthening. Press the heels down. As you lift the knees, broaden through the back of the thigh. And now take your right leg forward, Turn your back foot, coming into Parvottanasana. You can again have the blocks or fingertips on the floor. So turning that back hip, rotating the inner back thigh. Extend, lengthening through both legs. Concave the back. And then walk the fingers back. Bend the elbows. And release the head down any amount you can. Inhale. Concave. Step forward. Uttanasana. Step the other foot back. So have the distance that you need so you can press into that back heel. At the same time, keep the weight on the front foot, drawing it back toward the hip, moving that front hip back. Press the back heel, lengthen forward, concave the back. Outer hips moving towards one another. So keep that stability in the pelvis. Then take your hands back. Bend the elbows, release down. Both legs are straight, kneecaps are straight, opening through the backs of the knees. Coming up, Uttanasana. Straight legs, concave, bring your fingers back, press the fingers down, extend through the front body, and then coming down, release the head. Release the head down toward the floor. So your side ribs are moving downward. And then looking up, come up, walk or jump back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right leg forward. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Again, you can either take the block or have the hands on the floor. Take both hands over onto the block, extend and lengthen. So here you're getting that extension, but at the same time you want to bring your attention to the hips. So keep the hips moving toward the center, and then take your right hand onto your hip, starting to turn, rotating the back body, rotate the front chest, and bring the arm up. Coming down, step forward, Uttanasana. Stepping back, other leg. Taking your block, if you used your block. Bring both hands over, first to lengthen. Before we do any kind of twisting, we want to make sure that we have full extension. And then take your hand on the block, back hand on your hip, getting that rotation from the abdomen, from the chest, turn. And then coming down, step forward, Uttanasana. Walk your hands back. If that's too much with the hands on the floor, then take the blocks, move the blocks back, and extend the heel of the hand down. Head toward the floor. So don't think so much of the head moving toward the legs, but descending the whole trunk down. Come back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the right leg forward. Virabhadrasana 1. So making sure you have enough extension through that back leg to come up, so we can bend the front knee in an angle. Hands on your hips, adjust that back foot. Tailbone in, chest lifting, and facing forward. Bring your arms up, reach up. Hook your thumbs, lift up with the arms, and at the same time, descend the hips. Reach the arms forward, lengthening. Step forward, Uttanasana. Step back, Virabhadrasana 1. Anchoring through that back foot. Keep that back thigh lifted. Drop your left hip. Tailbone moving in. You can reach the arms out to Have a little bit of balance there. Drop your hip, drop the left hip, turn your right chest, and bring the arms up. Stay with your breath. Exhale, coming down, step forward, Uttanasana. Jumping back. Inhale, jump forward. Coming to Utkatasana. Extend the arms out, release the hips down, bring the weight onto the heels, reach up. Bring your arms back. Feel the shoulder blades moving into the body and down. And then bring the hands down. Come onto the knees. Have your feet a little separated, toes moving back. Tailbone moving in, lift the chest, coming to Ustrasana. So going into Ustrasana, you can start, we'll do it twice. Start with your heels lifted up, extend your arms straight back. So from the shoulder moving back, buttock moving forward, open the front groin, and then lengthen. Bring your arms past your heels, and then bring your hands down onto your heels, press and lift up. Come up, sit in Vajrasana, bring your arms up, Baddha-Gulyanasana, and then coming back. So either be on the fronts of the ankles, the fronts of the feet, or be on the toes. If you need that extra height, be on the toes, or you can even have a bolster there on the backs of your legs. So bringing the tailbone in, middle buttocks moving forward. Extend your arms back. Keep that lift of the chest, back ribs moving in. Extend your arms back. Take your hands on your heels. Press the feet, press the ankles, and lift up. Coming down, Vajrasana. Change the cross on your fingers. Inhale, lift up. Coming to a twist. Raise your right arm up. Bring your hand onto the outer thigh. You can have a block behind you. Take the hand on the block. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So like in that Pavrita action, revolve the back body, turn the front chest. And then come back. Other side, so have that block there for you. Reach the arms up. Exhale, turn. Holding that back hand so that you can revolve the shoulder. You can see here that turning, that twisting from this whole left side, left back ribs turning. Full weight on your feet, your shins, your ankles. Pull with the front arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So revolve. Back ribs moving in, chest turning. Back ribs moving in, left chest, right chest turning. And then release. Coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Forward Virasana. Walk your hands back until you can feel your hips moving either on your heels or towards your heels, and then from there, lengthen the side trunk. Release your head. If your head doesn't reach the floor easily, then you can have a block for the head as well. So you have that support there. If you need that, take that block. Okay, and then come up. You're now going to go into Sechabandha. So you can use the blocks for Sechabandha. So you have one block, have the other block to the side, lay down on your back. Take your feet in, roll the shoulders under, come onto the toes. So for me, these blocks are high, so I have to really bring the feet in, bring the hips up, and get that tuck of the shoulders to be able to get the block under me. You can also take the block a little bit lower. Some blocks are a little bit shorter, so depending on what your body's capable of, but we've been doing a lot of warm-up now, so you should be able to go a little bit more with the upper back. Take your hands beyond the block, reach the arms, press the outer shoulders down, lift the armpit chest, feeling the shoulder blades move in toward the front chest and at the same time down toward the hips. So the skin from the tops of the shoulders moving down, be on both feet. And now extend your heels away. So you can take your feet a little bit wider just so that you have that balance, and then straighten both legs. If that creates any kind of tension in your lower back, then bend your knees, keep your feet on the floor. So from here, press the heels, move the thighs down, press the shoulders, lift the chest. Stay there with your breath. Keep your hands in your forearms and your shoulders grounded toward the floor to stabilize. And bend the knees, feet on the floor. Bring your feet together so you're in the center. Press the left foot down and raise the right leg up. Coming into Ekapada. As you lift that heel, move the arms down, lift the chest. So you're balanced on the block. The pelvis is even on the left and the right side, so you have full weight on that block and the foot and the two shoulders. Straighten the leg. Press up through the mounds of the toes. And then take the leg down. Again, come into Sechabandha. Straighten both legs. Lift the chest, shoulders down. Opening through the front groin. Take a few breaths there. Extend through the inner heels. Move them away from you toward the end of the mat. And then bend the knees, bring the feet together. Press down into the right foot, lift the left knee up, balancing. Use the foot on the floor to balance, but also the hips evenly distributed on that block to balance. Arms moving down, feeling that distribution of weight on your right arm, your left arm, and shoulder as well. Extend up through the left leg. Press up through the ball of the foot, but at the same time, keep that length through the back of the leg. Press the heel up, spread the toes. Keep that length through the back of the leg and press the toes up slightly toward the ceiling. And then bring the leg down. Again, balance, bring your feet apart. Lift the chest. Stay with your breath. And then coming up, you're going to keep both hips on the block. Bring both legs up. Viparita Karani. So the abdomen is quiet, releasing down. Lower ribs are lifted up, more in line with the pubic bone and the hip bones. Relax the abdomen, relax the breath. Preparing to come down, bend your knees, take your feet on the floor, lift your hips up, take that block away, and then bring your hips onto the floor. Once you bring your hips onto the floor, move your hips away so you're lengthening your lower back. Press your arms down, lift the upper back so you're getting full extension, and then one at a time. Just making sure you're on the mat. Extend your legs. Let's take the legs a little bit wider. Get a little space in the pelvis, space across the chest, through the armpit area, adjusting your shoulder blades, palms and the fingers are open. So create that space there, the legs through the pelvis, through the whole back body as it spreads, through the armpit area. Let's breathe into those spaces. Stay with your exhalation. Being in a state of non-doing, just allow yourself to be there. Namaste.